Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're doing something kind of different. We are messing around with ChatGPT, which if you're not aware what ChatGPT is, it's a new, well, let me back up. OpenAI is a kind of a consortium of companies that have come together to build what they're calling ethical AI. So it's things like making sure the AI can't do anything sexual or violent, making sure it doesn't end up in the wrong hands, and I believe a big part of it, although I'm sure this will change over time, is that they try to avoid using copyrighted data as part of their training model, so which unlike GitHub, what was it? GitHub Copilot, which just will give you like proprietary code from someone else's repo. Oh my god, what a mess. Anyway, thank you for being here. So today we are going to, I'm just making sure my settings are all right. Alright, cool. Today we're going to be messing around with it, see what we can get it to do. And what I'm really trying to do, what my mission today is to build something that actually works, that actually, like a product that's actually real and usable, but I want to write as much of the code for the product as I can using ChatGPT, and in theory using ChatGPT in the app. So I'm going to get this AI to write an application using itself, and then I'm going to run that application. I'm going to try to get the code to run that application too. It's going to be very interesting. Oh my gosh. My computer is like dying right now. Apparently my dropping frames like crazy. So sorry if that is happening to anyone. Let me quit out of, I'm going to quit out of VS. Well, I probably need VS Code. Okay, let me keep VS Code open. Fine. I'm going to quit out of Discord, quit out of Activity Monitor. Yeah, so this is I got it to summarize this terms of service, and then it actually, I asked it if I could use the API that this terms of service is for. I asked it if it could tell me if I could use the API to derivative work, and it did. It actually told me that I couldn't, and it specified where in the terms of service it said that, and it wasn't clear. It wasn't like can't use this in derivative work. It actually understood the intent of this one section of this legal document and told me that I probably can't use it in derivative works. Unreal. It's unbelievable. This thing is nuts. Okay. So let's get started here. So the first thing, what I want this tool to do is I want it to take a couple of stories, so like news stories. I'm just going to start with generic news stories, and I want it to write like a news article summary. So it'd be like, okay, today's news, I want a summary of today's news, I guess, but I want it as its own article, not just as bullet points, and not just as like topics like Bitcoin, blah blah blah. I want it to read like someone wrote it from reading other articles, but the AI is gonna do that today. So let me open up and get this window and move it over so that I can use it. So the first thing we're gonna do is we are going to figure out what we want our prompt to look like for this. Oh boy, why is that happening? Oh man, hold on one second. I don't know what just happened there. Oh, because I moved the thing. That makes sense. There. Okay. So we're gonna just write. Let me get this thing open. I'm gonna write it here because I don't want to accidentally run it. So we're gonna say write a news article that's about 5 paragraphs long about the following. Let's just back up. 5 paragraphs long. So usually when you give these things prompts, one of the key things is you have to remember that this AI that you're talking to is kind of aware that it's taking inputs and trying to understand it. So the more clear your inputs are, the better. It's not the more you sound like a human. It's actually like you need to teach it what you want as part of your prompt. And you can even give it examples. And if what you want as a response is like data, so if you want to export like I don't know, a table or something, you can actually give it the format that you want, and it will use that, which is unbelievable because it can do that from totally plain text that has not been processed at all. So it can like read a book and tell you, I assume, I haven't tried yet, but I assume that it could like read a book and tell you about the characters from the book, which seems so simple because humans do that naturally. But the fact that this is essentially like a SaaS product and this power is just sitting there ready to be used. It Someone compared it to a nuclear, like the first nuclear bomb going off, and like how that must have felt for just the average person sitting at home seeing the news that they successfully tested this nuclear bomb and seeing this huge mushroom cloud and wondering like what is going to happen. Is this going to end well? Is this going to end poorly? Like, what's it going to mean for me specifically? Not just like obviously the world implications. That's how this technology feels. Like that is the feeling I have. Is like this is game changer for so many reasons, and not just the scary reasons. Like it's going to automate a bunch of jobs. Unfortunately, it's actually going to open up a lot of opportunity, which is cool. I mean, you think the barrier to entry to a lot of like to competing with like big platforms like meta platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or something like Snapchat. The thing that like prevents most people from making a Snapchat copy, for example, is that writing the code is one pretty hard. There's a lot of languages, there's a lot of like compiling. It's not just like you know what you want and you can build it. You have to learn a lot about what you're building for to build it. So there's like a huge learning curve there. And so like to build a Snapchat clone, you need to invest some money or time, or like if you can code, it's going to take a lot of developer hours just to like copy it. So there's a huge barrier to entry, but that barrier to entry is basically gone entirely. Like the people who can come up with the ideas can now actually build at least prototypes of their ideas. So if you have an idea for like an app, this thing will let you build it without ever really learning to code. And it's not like a no-code tool or a low-code tool where you like drag and drop an interface. You don't even really have to do that. It will describe the interface for you. It'll write the interface code for you. It'll wire it up. It'll write the database schema. It's like everything. It can do everything. And as someone who does those things for a living, it's very scary. But well, you know what are you going to do? It's here. It's here and it's happening. So rock and roll. Write a news article. It's about 5 paragraphs long. Okay, so anyway, that's back to what we were doing here. We wanted the story to be about... I'm going to assume that it's going to get like high-level descriptions of articles from like breaking stories. That's what we're going to use as the data source. I found an API that returns that information, just like partial like the headline and the first 200 characters of stories from a bunch of different sources. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as the API source, and I'm going to build like a way of kind of querying that API and then using that information for this daily summary. So I need to think about what data I'm going to feed into this machine learning. Like what, I don't want to give it too much because I imagine there's like a limit to how much, yeah, there's probably a limit to how much text it can understand from your prompt. I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing, but yeah. So let's try it anyway. So we'll do for it. It should be a summary of the following stories. So it's gonna be like, I don't know, let's just go get some real Oh wait, no. Let me use the. I had one open, but I don't have it anymore. Okay, so let's just do. Can we see some? I wish I had the old news homepage. It gave me like a little. Maybe if I go like a little description of the story before I clicked it. Okay, so let's do CNN.com. I think they give you a little summary. Oh my god. You know what? Just try it anyway. I keep forgetting how advanced this thing is, and God, this format sucks. And it actually might be able to make up the rest of the story just from these prompts. I just wish it was in a better format. I don't want to manually copy. No. That didn't work. I'm so bummed that I have to do this. Oh, it's got to copy the photo too. Stab me in the face. Where'd my ABS come to? Okay. Yeah. Alright, we're just gonna. I don't know. Maybe actually. Like some. So one of the limitations is. Can I just copy? Oh my god. One of the limitations of GPT is that it only has data up to 2021, so it can't. It doesn't have access to the internet. There's probably very good reasons for that, and kind of why I'm so excited about this specific AI versus the ones that have come out previously, because a lot of those, like Clearview, if you've heard of Clearview AI, they are shady and using basically all the photos you've ever put on the internet are basically being sucked into this machine learning algorithm that's learning about you, and then the police are using that to identify you from like street cameras that now know who you are. So that's fun. It's a good time. Anyway, this AI is actually, they seem to be trying to use it for good, which I support that, because one day it's going to be used for bad, and that's going to be a bad day. That's going to be a real rough time if we're not ready for it. So hopefully we're going to be ready for it. Okay. Let's just say, yeah, let's just do that. We'll just start with that, see where we get. Okay. Should be based on summaries of the following stories. Yeah, let's just see what it comes up with this. Oh my god. So yeah, I just gave it like nothing as a prompt, like very high level titles, and it made up stories that are very plausible sounding. Huh. That worked a little bit better than I expected it to. I didn't even click these articles. Like, I feel like it's right. Let's go see. B121 Raider, they said virtually undetectable. Okay, but that's like a normal, that's just like a generic B21 description. Unless the difference is that it can carry nuclear bombs. Because then I have no idea how this thing knew that. It doesn't have connection to the internet. Okay, blah, blah, blah. No, you know what? Watch this. Watch this. I don't even need to read this article. I'm not even going to read this article. What we're going to do is we're going to have it go like this. And then we're going to have it summarize this article. I don't know how it needs. read that. I must have been from an earlier article. I mean, that's new. I assume. Unless it just... Is it in the title? I don't... Oh, I see. Nuclear stealth. That's amazing. I didn't even see the word nuclear in that. And it just assumed... Oh my god, this is scary. It assumed that including nuclear meant... Or not assumed. It learned some point in its history that being a nuclear stealth bomber or a... It doesn't even just know the word nuclear means that it carries a nuke, because a nuclear sub is just powered by a nuclear reactor. It doesn't carry nukes. So it understood that being a nuclear stealth bomber meant it could carry nuclear weapons, and not that it was powered by nuclear power. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Anyway, on to the next step in this. I don't even know what... I'm scared of this thing now. Okay, so I gave it with 3 articles. So... I'm trying to think of, like... There's a lot of ways I can go with this. I can either try to make this more descriptive by like providing it with the descriptions, or I can try to... Let's do this. Let's actually have it generate the code. I want to make sure that I'm supposed to be able to stream this. Can I stream myself using ChatGPT? No. Am I allowed to stream my screen while talking to you? Okay. I feel like you know that part though. Anyway. I don't know how else to ask her. And I don't know why I assume it's a her. But I just do. Interesting. So let's start with code. Let's say, alright, a Python. So what am I actually going to have it do? Python function that... What was the news article? API. Oh my god. Hello? Where's my other window? Oh. Alright, so I'm looking at some... In my other window, I'm trying to find one. Data samples. Yes. See, I think I'm gonna... I wish I could just use this as a... I'm trying to find a news wire to get this from. But there seems to be free data sets. Interesting. Okay, so what's the pricing model here? Look at this, like, webs. I don't know, you know, I'm just gonna hard code it right now. I don't have time for this. Write a function that takes a list of news articles, title and description, identifies themes. I don't know if it's going to know how to do this. Then groups the articles by their theme. Spacey, huh? What spacey? Oh my god, it's so good. What is spacey? It just knew about this spacey. Oh, God. Oh, that's terrifying. We're just gonna go run this. We're gonna go run this. Here we go. So this is what I tried to do earlier, but so I need to install spacey. And also, while this is installing, you can say things like this, which are crazy. How do I install the dependencies for that code? And it tells you the whole thing. It tells you the whole thing. Every step, from installing pip to installing the actual thing. Even a step I didn't know I was gonna have to run, and look at it go. Oh, I gotta Python 3. Pip command not found. Oh my god. Oops. I need to get my virtual env. And do this again. No module named spacey. Oh, wait. This is really quite an exhilarating time to be in the tech world. I'm about to have a computer write my code for me. And I know it's going to work. There's no doubt in my mind that I'm going to accomplish what I've set out to accomplish today. And that's crazy. Absolutely wild. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright. I actually keep my iPad next to me because I keep coming up with ideas of how to use this. I'm writing them all down. Because it is nuts what you can do with this thing. Oh my god. One idea I just came up with. If anyone ever has used Xamarin, it's like before React Native exists, that probably still is in use. Basically, it was this framework that lets you build mobile apps in C# and Visual Studio and like the whole Microsoft stack, and then it would compile an Android and iOS version from your code. And it was a big deal when it came. I think Microsoft actually ended up buying them. And it was a big deal, and we used it at my company, and it was okay. It got the job done, but it kind of sucked because they had to basically dumb it down to the lowest common denominator of functionality for both iOS and Android so that it would work. And that meant you really couldn't do any of the cool stuff that these platforms could do. And then it wasn't always successful in compiling it, and then you were basically stuck debugging an Android application that you didn't write that was generated from other code. Anyway, you could probably find like a really easy way to write common code. In fact, it might be possible, I'm going to try that later, it might be possible for this thing to understand Swift and convert it to Android Java. Like, there's a very real world where you would just write one app and it just gets translated to the other platforms. Now imagine if you had that, and your next step is to like build it for all the platforms, then it one of the reasons that like an app store can't just come and compete with Google and Android, or Google Play and Apple Play Store, whatever it's called, Apple App Store. One is the obvious, which is they own the hardware. Two, but two, because you would have to basically build your own app store. There are other app stores for Android. They're just not, they're sketchy. They're really sketchy. But now they're only sketchy because like why would someone go through the effort of building their app for another source if it's not one of their two primary targets? But now, in theory, you can translate the same code to infinite other languages in theory. So there's nothing stopping an app store from popping up, and it accepts some format that you or whoever knows that it's been tested to be converted by an AI. So like let's say it accepts, it would probably end up being Java. It'd probably be an Android clone, right? Then you could take apps that would otherwise I guess you could already do that. Yeah, you could already do that, but it would be cool because you could probably build it for like BlackBerry and I don't know, Weibo phone or whatever they use in China. Man. Amazing. Just amazing. Anyway, on to the next thing. Cool, because that's what we're doing. So now we're going to... We have Spacey installed. We're loading it there. Alright, let's hit it. Oh, right. It probably needs me to give it the articles. Okay. So what does it expect? An array? Yeah. Okay. And then it got the title and description perfectly. Unbelievable. Oh my god. Wait. Let me just save myself a little bit of time here. Newswire. I don't remember what. One of them had like examples that I could just copy and paste. No, it wasn't this one. I don't know. Jesus. See, but now I need to go. I got these from CNN, so I gotta go back to. Oh my god, this is so stupid. We have the power of AI. Anytime now that I find myself saying like, this is so dumb that I have to do this manually, there's a good chance that the AI can do it. Make up 5 news stories and give me their headlines and a short description. 5 news stories, 5 recent news stories. Give me their headlines and a short description as JSON. Oh god. It's so good. It's so good. Another idea, another one bites dust. That's great. how good this is. I feel like I'm living in some future, like Blade Runner. Like, it's Blade Runner. That's what I feel like I'm living in. Or like some kind of dystopian future. Alright. So now, we have our data. Did it give it to me as an array? Yeah, it did. Alright. Can't believe this. Alright. See how good it is. Oh. Oh. Worked. Oh god, I can't get over this shit. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. Oh my god. This is... Okay. Think about how to do this. I actually want to push this a little bit harder. And I want it to do this again. But I want it to... No, I actually want it to generate more short description. 5. Makeup. Let's say 100. Give me their headlines. No, I don't really need 100. Give me like 20. There. Can't believe it. This is gonna work. Be about 5 common themes. 5 common themes across all of the stories. No, how would I phrase that? Make up 20 news stories. Make up each group of 5 should be about the same topic, but be about the same story, but from a different perspective. Give me their headlines and a short description. Oh god, it's so good. Oh god. It's so good. Shit. I ran out of credits or whatever. Don't let good work go to waste, right? This is so ugly, but whatever. Okay. So let's just take these and we'll just... I want to see if it can do it. Yeah. So let's do this again. see. Here's, here we go. Can't really read that yet. Print. Can I pretty print with? Isn't there like a? It's just really hard to read this. University of Washington. Nope. It did not do that good. Or did it? Oh. I see. Okay, so that's really the challenge. So that's why I need to use that. So webs, whatever. I need to just, yeah, let me see something here. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to try to use this Webs AI API. On the other screen. Probably can't afford that, huh? They don't tell you the price. Because, see, I think it's probably going to end up having to be a keyword search. So let's sign up for this and see what happens. Because I'm actually, so on this other screen, I'm actually signing up for a news API service that I'm going to use. It's, I'm not sure if I can use it in a derivative work, but I might be able to because I'm not, well, this is the one I asked it about, yeah, but it said because I was misrepresent the ownership, obscure the proprietary notices. So, you know, I'm going to just develop against this API, and then I'm going to ask them, because I could actually cite these sources as part of what I'm building. So, whatever, let's see how it goes. Cool, so I got my API key. So I'm actually going to stop the stream real quick, and I'm going to well, actually, let me generate it first. Right? Python function that calls. I did this before, so actually, let me just get see if I can zip on back to that. Before I pasted that, yeah. Okay, so if it generated this code too, which is just absolutely wild to me. Oh my god. Absolutely wild. And then it had a function that called it. Yep. So basically, I really hope you can't see my API key. Good, it's in the other window. So I am going to put that in the environment now. Where'd it go? Okay, here we are. So, I'm actually going to do it this way. It's where... Bitcoin, Ethereum, real estate, or finance. Let's just no, let's do it that way. Okay, that's weird that it chose to generate that you passed the API key in, but who am I to judge? I think that this is gonna return an array. Oh, it only gets the title. Oh my god. Now we're just gonna return. I did ask it for that though. Got a new computer coming, which I'm very excited about. I haven't had a gaming computer in a long time, and they were on sale, really good sale. And I bought an Alienware, which I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for that. So anyway, I'm excited. It's on its way, but I have to. It's apparently delayed, so I have to sign for it. So I'm just sitting here waiting. Okay. So then, in this, let me just make sure that that titles wasn't like nested. It's result dot article. So I actually want to return that. Oh my god! I asked it for the first 100, but I was expecting it to try paginating this query, but instead it just stripped the it like used this, what are these called, ranges? Oh my god. So smart. So smart. This is unbelievable. Okay. So now it'll return the articles. So we're going to do find news. This is actually articles now. And then we're going to group articles by theme. And we're just going to call this groups. And we are going to print groups. And we are going to... I want to see if... How do I pretty print a JSON object? Is it a JSON dictionary? That's an object in Python. Excuse me. Pprint, okay. It even gave me something I didn't need to know, but I actually would use in a lot of cases. Oh my god, this is something. Okay. So I just need to... Clear. Alrighty. So, let's see what happens. Oh, right. Okay, so just going to stop the stream for a second and move my API key into my environment. Just make sure again that you can't see what I'm about to do. I'll probably just end up rotating it. We're going to call this just So when we run it now, watch this. I know I keep saying this, but like, this is one of the coolest things it can do. Can you tell me why am I getting this error earlier? Oh man, it's really good. It's really good. Ooh boy. Okay, anyway. It's unbelievable. It's so helpful. Okay, so one is none. That means that the response is incorrect. So let me open that back up real quick. What properties does API everything have? I know what it's trying to do, and I just don't really have the time for it, to be honest. Okay, documentation. I'm just gonna look what comes back. So it's articles, title, description. Okay, so then let's just... Yep. I don't know why my autocomplete isn't working on this stupid computer. It's for article and articles, NLP, title, description, so it must... Okay. Then maybe it's right, that I just need to... That's actually... Oh my god, it is so good. That's exactly what I want. I just don't want to try to use it. I don't want to ignore the whole article. Did it say that? Yup. Oh my god. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The Trump Organization. Did it get it? Yes. Oh, that's the United States. Amazing. I don't know why those top... I wonder which one of these... Because the query should be one of these four things, so I'm trying to figure out which one of them... like, triggering any of these. Title, unless it... like, why didn't it actually get any of the answers? It's like it didn't actually query, but like it definitely did. Sort by relevancy. Okay, so maybe we should limit it to not to 100 then. Right? There's like a limit. Page size. Yeah. No. There is no. Okay, search by. But then I'm reorganizing it, so I'm sure it's losing its order, but I don't think the order. I just want the first 100. I don't need. I guess the question is. Did it still get the topics that I wanted? That's the question. Like, I mean, if I pull the first 100, I can see why it has all of these topics, but I just don't. I can't scroll up far enough, so I'm gonna ask GPT. Write Python function that outputs an object to a local JSON file called results.json. That's correct. That's exactly how you do it, and I would have had to Google it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now this should hopefully format it a little bit better. Then I can just, oh my god, that's a lot of topics. Seriously? So we got Bitcoin. Can I search in content? I like really was trying to avoid doing that, but I guess it already is. I'm not limiting it. I'm just doing. Oh. Okay. Let's see if I. honestly just the classification is not working so good, and I want to use uh, library to do that. I don't want to use GPT because we'd have to make an individual request for each article, and that would get really expensive very quickly. So instead, I'm just going to give up trying to make it only give me these things, and what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to sort by popularity instead of relevancy, and then I don't know what that noise was. Then we're going to run it again. Now we have our themes. I'm actually going to call this themes. Okay. And so now, no. Yeah, we need to by popularity, and then we need to, I need to think of a good metric for what the most interesting topic of the day is. And I'm thinking instead of grouping them by theme, I just don't want to, number of instances of the theme, like a number of stories. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. So like, where's Python? I'm not sure I do that. Takes, what is this? A dictionary of objects of a dictionary of dictionaries and or count and prints how many children dictionaries each. No, it's a dictionary. Yeah, each key has. Yeah, that's correct. I can't. This is like, oh God. This is straight up sci-fi coming to life stuff here. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. That was a pretty complex thing I asked it to do. Like, that was probably complex enough that I maybe would have given it as a coding interview, and I never have. But one, you need to know how this items works. Two, you need to know about this is instance. You need to check that it's a dictionary. It even gave me an edge case, and it printed it exactly how I would have printed it. And it commented it. It commented everything. It commented everything perfectly. I cannot believe this. Oh my God. Okay, anyway. So now I want to know, just like, what? This is just something that I would have manually written. That would have taken me probably 20-30 minutes to write. That little function. Guaranteed. It just like casually wrote it for me. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Not actually done that. Why? But it does seem to have written in that file. matrix. Yeah. Okay. So fuck that noise then. Jeez, I hope that don't get in trouble. That's YouTube. Okay, so we're gonna not try to group them by theme. I don't think that's worth it. I think if they're already sorted by popularity, then that'll be okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna. So I actually don't need the content anymore. So I'm gonna add this just to like make this queries faster. Let's search in. Oh, generally I should not need to. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so then anyway, we got articles. So now what I want to do is get probably the description of all the articles. So takes articles from the news API and makes descriptions. I just can't believe how good this is. Why did this come up twice? Must have fixed my bad. Okay. Let's do this. That's kind of what it was doing up there. So I'm thinking maybe we'll actually bring that back. Maybe get the, oh, but I don't know the theme of this. So I need to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the themes from the top 10 articles and then only use those themes to generate the story. But I'm going to use all of the articles that match that theme. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our trusty friend and say, write a function that, how would I describe this? Takes a list of articles and uses, what is it? Spacey library to get the theme of the top 10 articles, of the first 10 articles, based on their description. Then get the theme of all of the articles based on their, no, we're going to use content. Then get the theme of all of the articles based on their content and group them by theme. Print those, print those results. Then get the theme of all the articles based on their content and group them by theme. Finally, return the groups that groups whose key matches one of the top 10 articles. I don't know if that was really complicated, but you know. Oh, lordy, lordy. Oh, it ran out. Oh, god damn. Can you just give me the code from the last answer? It's crazy that it changes every time. It's like it's learning. Oh boy. Let's see how accurate it was. Oh, golly gee. Let's just run it and see what happens. So it needs articles and groups. Did they like import that? Yeah. Does it have to be JavaScript? Maybe Python? So that I can use this instead. That's a bummer. What about this? Can I do Nope. So I guess we're just kind of at a standstill. I'm actually gonna have to write my own code and do my own debugging. Or just refresh the page, one of the two. No, actually, let's do the try catch. I actually don't want the ones that aren't themed because I actually would rather just not. If it can't find a theme, my guess is that it's not relevant to what we want. What's this complaint about? Oh my god, Jedi, shut up. You don't know anything. Alright. Let's try it again. Okay, how about instead of this, we output. I don't know what the final resulting object is there. Huh. I'm not really sure, I guess, where it was going to add to groups, like it is just an empty list. Right, because this is always going to be false. Let me try that other format and just see if it works. But I don't see how this would work either. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to just replace this whole thing. We're going to try it again. Write a function not explain function that uses the spacey library to identify that takes a list of articles and it should use the spacey library to get the theme of the topic, not the entities. Get the topic of the first 10 articles and store those as top main topics. Alright. Use the spacey library to identify the theme topic of all articles and group them by their topic. 3. Find the store these as grouped stories. Find the item. Find the keys in grouped stories that match values in main topics. Write the result on step It will absolutely run as is. Okay. I think I'm going to take a break from streaming, come back to it a little bit. Thank you all for joining. I'll be back.